Hello. Hello, hello. What is this? It's a bit weird. So what's on the list today? This is a very, very good question. What's this? That's very weird. Hey, hello everybody. Stuff is stuck on my screen that's not actually there. Let me see what I can do. Okay. Display capture. Let's try that. There we go. That's what's actually on my screen. Mehmet, Bruno, Damien, Ponky, Mate, and Q. Yeah, great to see you. Great to see you. So I don't have any particular agenda. I'm just looking to fix some bugs. And this is what I was doing when I had the idea. Specifically, interesting. Aha, that's fine. Add isn't being auto-imported. I thought I would finish off some in-source testing for Nux test utils, because Vladimir very kindly gave me a hint here that all we need to do is make sure that the test code is running for in-source testing when the actual file is imported, which is the one thing that we actually weren't doing. So if we try, let's try creating an add, and we'll do export const add. What does this do? It takes some numbers, so we'll say it's going to be args, and we're going to return, yeah, that seems fair, and those should be numbers. And then we should be able to try this again. Beautiful. Okay, so actually in-source testing works fine with this PR. So, ta-da! Let's see. Test update example of in-source testing. Boom. And push. And I think this should be, whoa. Hype train is incoming. And actually, I think I need to enable that on screen. There we go. Amazing. Thank you for that. So basically, I think we are good to go with in-source testing. We might actually do one thing. And specifically, so at the moment, basically, you can't use script setup because the any in-source testing has to run outside of setup. But I think that's probably okay. Bobby, nice to see you. And Joaquin, hello. And Lord Jais. I have to be especially careful about pronunciation today because I've just sort of started a war on Twitter about pronouncing things properly, which was not entirely my intention. But anyway, that seems to be what happened. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. My point of view is pretty straightforward, I think. Like, I don't mind if people mispronounce things, but when people feel entitled to pronounce things how they want without caring about other people, that is not okay, right? Yes, apparently I am the fire starter. I am the fire starter. This is... Yeah, language is complicated, but it's less complicated than that. It's about people. Communicating is about people. What is right, technically, is less important than people. So, for example, using words that other people won't understand, even if they're technically correct, is mean. It's not nice. It's not good. Using things in a way that is technically correct, but in a way that other people won't understand, isn't correct. It's not good. Like, I don't know. And I say this as somebody who is absolutely somebody. I tend to be a stickler. I tend to be pedant. That is what I tend to go for. So I care a lot about what is technically right. And it's so, but I've had to come to terms with the fact that that is not the most important thing. That other people are more important. Hey, no, I didn't pronounce it. Well, maybe I did. This is what I was. Though, like, the issue isn't. Yeah, it's not really about the beat naming. So, like, if someone doesn't know, that's fine. If someone can't, that's fine. Like, the issue is that there are some people out there who are saying, like, I will pronounce it the way I want to because I don't like French pronunciation. That's what it is. That's the kind of thing that really winds me up. Hey, Yale, good to see you. Yes. And I thought, okay, this is actually fine. That's a flake in the test, so that will pass fine if I rerun it. Exactly. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and actually the point is it's about people. So if you don't care how people pronounce your name, then it's actually fine. Like, who cares? The point is, I guess, it's about deliberately pronouncing someone's name the way they don't want it to be pronounced. It's the deliberate, right? Right. Like, I get pronunciation wrong all the time, but I want to be the kind of person who tries to get it right. Cool. I think this is good. The only thing we might be able to add is maybe hoisting it. That might be, yeah, exactly. Mail? I cannot possibly know. Yeah, that's true. View isn't too bad. View is lovely, actually. And anyway, dare I open that? Go for it. Tell me again.
Pronouncenames.com.
Mayol. Do you know, there are times when I think of somebody's GitHub handle and I've been mispronouncing it all the time. Like, as in I've been misremembering it. Like, I've been thinking it's spelt a different way from how it is. Okay. Right, I promised bug fixes. Okay, and this is a feature really more than anything. Oh, it's a bit of a bug fix, but hopefully we can merge that in a moment. But in the meantime, let's find an issue on Nuxt. I have an issues to tackle here, which I'm just going to, let's see, open in a tab down here. And let's see if there is something that actually we would like to do. I'm going to want bugs. If you have something you want, you should feel free to let me know and I will absolutely tackle it. I'm going to remove the P2 nice to haves, which is basically this. Okay. Yeah, spelling is, it used to be however you want, like it was a sort of flair to spell it differently. Right, I'm going to remove assignees as well, because those will just have me in them. Oh, or somebody else, but somebody who's working on it. What's this? Okay, that's somebody else is working on that. I'm just going to sort by at least recently updated. We can go for some old ones. Okay. This is an interesting one. Nuxt RC is not interpreted in a monorepo context. Okay, I feel like this should be interpreted. Let's see. So we've got, where are the Nuxt? Oh, I see they're in the modules. And so I think it would work if it were here. And I think it would work if it were in the playground, like in the Nuxt project, but like, should they be loaded by in the module directory as well? In a monorepo. So let's just run it. Install and this. Does it really have 50k stars? So basically I spotted on GitHub trending that Nuxt is trending today here, but technically it has 49,967. So that is, we're very, very nearly there. And it's probably rounding up. GitHub is probably rounding up for us. So it would be nice to get it fully over the line, but I mean, we can also tweet about it if we want. Okay, so I think it's saying, I'm actually not sure this is necessarily a bug. Well, let's see. So I think, so it's saying that what is generated here is in which file? Playground. Okay. They both have playgrounds. So we basically have a TypeScript config here, which is, so I guess maybe it would be better to change this and try this. So because they're two unrelated issues. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked. Let's see. I'm going to do runtime config dot module 1 root. It's true. Okay, I'll pop in here module 2 root. It's true. And then I'll pop in here workspace root is true. And then we'll pop in, say, playground here that we want to have. Oh, it doesn't have one. Doesn't have one. I'll pop it in here. Where did I stick that? Where did it? We'll basically say playground 1. Okay, and now if we run, I should have a little console log. And we'll basically say modules. I'm not actually sure why there is a module 2 here, but anyway, we'll just put a function in and we'll say function options Nuxt, console log Nuxt options runtime config. And that should give us an example. cd module 1 playground Nuxt prepare, and we should get a little printout. So we're only reading in the playground 1 root. Sean, good to see you. Far away are you back in Newcastle now, or are you still abroad in Australia? Okay, so that is what we're expecting. That it wouldn't be read in from playground. If we run playground like this, same is true. And if we run not interesting. Oh, I guess is that the case? I think it should probably not be resolving source module from the directory from where it's run, but anyway. Philippines. Oh no! Oh no, you can't walk. That's awful. I'm so sorry. Ooh, 2 more stars. Okay, so basically, so what we do in Nuxt with RC9 is, let's see, well, it's in load config, which is our load Nuxt config, I guess, which is in here. We have this RC file, and C12 is handling it. So we support global RC, and we support an RC in the directory, but we don't from parent directories. Let me just confirm that. Okay, so if I open C12, okay, C12. Okay, there are quite a few folk from Turkey in the Nuxt community. Mehmet being a clear example, and I'm constantly seeing folk from Turkey, so nice to see you. Right. Okay, so basically here we load in RC file. Yeah, we just read it in from 2 places, I think. So I think that's right. Prime View, happy days. Prime View, you guys are doing fantastic work. Like, honestly, it's really, really nice to see all the stuff happening. Okay. The Nuxt RC is interpreted when it's at the root of the monorepo. Is that the case? Is that really the case? I created one that, oh, I need to give it content, I guess. Okay, let's see. Workspace root. Oops, come on. Okay, let's just remove module 2. I don't think it's needed for this reproduction. And we will update our Nuxt versions, and then we will, oh, I see. Nuxt version. Goodness, we actually, this isn't entirely right, but okay, we need to have 3.9.1 and don't think we need this or that or this or that. Okay, so let's try this again. We'll... Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. What have you said? Do I have a Twitter bot? I do not have a Twitter bot. Why would I have a Twitter bot? What do you mean? SAS app in Adonis in view and inertia? I don't see why not. Well, inertia maybe might be the problem, but you could use Nuxt with an Adonis backend, I guess. Oh, yes. Well, I liked it. I saw it on my Twitter feed, and I liked it. We need to figure out about the cold start. I don't think that is necessarily... I think that it might be an issue with Vite rather than Prime View or Nuxt. But yeah, okay, that is a thing. If you basically expose everything in any context, like a barrel file, Vite will crawl all of it, and so the cold start will dramatically increase. So that there might be something you could do to resolve that there. Okay, so running this command. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's fair. Great. Okay, this isn't a bug. It's a behavior, like it's a feature request that this person wants. And we can add it to the discussion, like the Nuxt team discussion project, but I don't think it's something that we need to track as a bug. Okay. Let's see what is next. Okay. Okay, let's tackle this one. Nuxt loading indicator is broken when used with view transitions. Okay, so oh, I see. Yeah. So basically, if we have view transitions, it's not going to work. Let's see if that's the case. So we need here Nuxt, which we've got. We have an app. We'll create a, I don't know, pages index and then about. We'll create an app file that basically has both of them, and we'll navigate between them and basically say Nuxt link to index and Nuxt link to about. And we need to have a Nuxt loading indicator, which will pop in there. We need to enable view transitions. Features, I guess. Features? What's going on? Oh, I was navigating backwards. The reason I haven't released the fix is because actually I'm not sure. I think it might have some unintended regressions in terms of because I looked to merge it to test it out on the Nuxt repo, and there was an issue. So I do need to solve that before I release it. View transition. There we go. Okay, so we need to enable that, and we also need to ensure that there's some time. So we're going to await a promise. Okay, 2 seconds should be enough, and we'll do that in about as well. And we'll just say about and index so we can tell what page we're on. And let's see if this is going to work. So first, I guess I should do it without view transitions and just say show that it works. Oh. Let's see. However, feel free to keep pinging me about the test utils thing. That's not something I want to, it's important that we release that because it enables using next test utils with the latest vtest. And also resolves some issues with mocking stuff. So I'm keenly aware of it. Okay, so we go to about, oh, I need to also to display the content of the page. Cool. And I'm going to make the time less because this is awful. And given that I'm making it less than 200 milliseconds, I also need to disable throttle on the loading indicator because otherwise it's set to a higher number. Right. So about, yep, it loads, index, it loads. Okay. So let's set the view transition to true. And let's see what happens here. Okay, index, about, index. It actually seems to be working fine. It might be that it's been fixed, or I'll just retry it. Oh, is it that it just immediately goes to full? Guess that's the issue. Let's try setting it to a bit longer. Okay, this goes to index. Yeah, okay, so that's the behavior, that's the issue. Not that it doesn't show it at all. And it still appears to be like an animation, but it's just an animation to the final version rather than that. Okay, so right, so that's what we want to do. And here's a suggestion, give it a name. Let's try that. The element will not participate in a view transition. Okay, so let's just do that like this. I'll just do it as part of a style. We'll say, I guess we can do it like this. Todd, what a pleasure. Nice to see you. And it's set. Okay, so let's try it one more time. Ooh, doesn't appear at all. Interesting. So we're trying to debug an issue with view transitions, and for some reason they're not showing up. So let's see why that is. Sorry, they're not showing up when we have native view transitions. Yeah, it's just basically pause and then full, whereas we want to have it load along the way. I am doing very well, thank you. I had a lot of fun yesterday with a talk for Vue.js Nation, which was nice. Coded this little baby. I'm always delighted when I get a chance to do some coding. And so this was like a little recipe app, which there it is. That was nice. You haven't had any coffee? Oh, goodness me. I feel for you there. Okay, so view transition name doesn't seem to, it won't participate in a view transition. Okay, what's another option? What's going on here? Is this done? Oh, it failed again. Is it another flake? Nope. It needs to be, okay. That's an issue we have to solve. Oh, a call at 7 in the morning. That is very early for calls. Like I'm better late. I'm very happy with a call at 9 or 10 or 11. Like that's fine. But that is very early. Okay. Right. Disable. What do we want? None. There's no transition name. Oh, I see. Oh, that just means there's no transition name. Interesting. Well, let's just give it a name. So let's say indicator. Okay. And does that make any difference? Hey Sean, have fun. I'm sorry you are feeling so ill, and I really hope you feel better soon and that foot gets, like, you're able to walk again. Like, I don't know, that's not something that happens overnight, but yeah, all the best. Okay. Right. Yeah, okay. Giving it a name doesn't work. Specifically. Just checking. I guess we could play around with it here. So let's try it. View transition. I'll try auto. No. Basically, we want to avoid it freezing. Cool. Let's try that. Okay, so just if we were to do, I think that's something we would need to do with styles. So let's just do it in the playground like this. And we will just, oops, do that. And we'll say indicator, because that's the name we've given it, and see if this does something that we want. Okay. It doesn't seem to be. Let's just check again. Is it definitely named indicator? It is. Okay. If I remove that entirely, I feel like this should be super simple. Omar, hello, welcome. Let's try root, just in case. I think it's good. Sean isn't doing well though. So feel for him for a moment, if you will. Let's just confirm that the loading indicator is actually changing size. So what we want is use loading indicator, and we want to set, I don't know, watch progress and log. We'll import watch from view, and that will just give us a bit of a visual indicator that stuff is happening. Oh, and we only want to log the so about So we're not seeing any of that, right? Like it's just loading. And we have, and just to confirm, yeah, Sean Bryden, he's broken his foot. What did he say? Smashed a bone in his foot. He can no longer walk. It's awful. Like, as in, yeah, poor guy. Okay, so we have this view transition name. Let's disable that and just say, yeah. What if we just do this on, oh, I see, yeah, we didn't even have it set. Interesting. Yeah. Well, people care about you. I guess that's what it is. Not a bad thing to happen. Now, the weird thing is that I would expect that to fully disable view transitions, right? But it's not. So what am I getting wrong? So like view transition old, view transition new, and root, that like this should be no transition. There should be no view transition here. So why is it actually transitioning at all? Do you know what I mean? Like I think that should be sufficient to disable view transitions. So I'll update the indicator to remove the name. I wonder if it's the, no, it won't be the fixed, it could be, I guess, the fixed position. Right. Ooh, what's that? Okay. Crazy. Why are we getting view transitions at all? Is there any chance this is not applying anywhere? Does this need to be nested anywhere? Surely not. I don't think so. Why would this not be, like this is fine, right? So let's just try this as well. Let's get rid of the display none entirely. Just do this. Well, it's right that it's not doing any transition. And I guess it's the bit in between that's the issue. Okay, so basically the thing is that so the thing is, it's the freezing bit that is, okay, so just like if anyone here knows view transitions, please speak up, come on and tell me how to make this work. But I think the problem is that I think probably we do want this to be the loading indicator to be a separate thing. Okay, so we're going to give this an ID just to very quickly enable us to identify it. Oh, it has in a class. Okay, so let's just quickly say view transition name is none. I would expect that it would not take part in a view transition, but it seems like it might still be freezing. And if that's still the case, hey Lona, welcome. if it's still the case that it's freezing, then I think this is a case for somebody, like it might even be a problem with the implementation or the documentation. Right, let's take a look a bit more. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we are looking at a view transition. So we have a Nux loading indicator, which normally displays a smooth progress bar. In fact, it looks like this. When we navigate from index to about, you saw it go up, and if you go back to index, you see it gradually load like that. And the way it does it is that the width changes. So there's a style property that's added to it. Maybe that's the issue. But anyway, I think the width changes. The background size changes based on the current progress of the transition. When we enable native view transitions, and that's VIEW, not VUE. And when you enable native view transitions, so in the browser takes a snapshot before and after a DOM change. Now the way that works in Nuxt or any framework like this is when I click about, the snapshot starts, the DOM change finishes, which is that we navigate and update the page. And then we say, hey, we finished. And now the browser transitions between those two states. It means that anything that happens in between is not shown, like the UI freezes of the HTML here. So it means like we don't get the gradual progression as things change, as it updates. So the question is, can we use CSS to prevent this one element from being frozen along with the rest of the DOM? And actually, why don't I just ask ChatGPT? What do we feel about that? Is that a safe thing to do? Okay. We're going to say we want to exempt a DOM element from taking part in a native view transition. Is this possible with CSS? Nope, that's not true. Oh, for goodness sake, this is awful. This is just irrelevant. The thing is that the loading indicator is present on both pages. It's outside the page hierarchy. So the actual structure we have got here is that the loading indicator is up here, the page is within here, so it is present in both places. We can give it a name, so we could say like this, name is indicator, and then this is actually how the document says we should do it. We should display none and animation none, so it should just instantly change. But the problem is that this doesn't seem to affect the frozen in-between state. So this is just about the animation that takes place at the end. And we actually care about what's happening in the middle. So if we go to about and then index, it's that long gap that we care about. And the CSS we pasted in only affects the last millisecond when it transitions between the two of them. It doesn't mean there's no crossfade, which is right, but it doesn't actually do anything for us in the meanwhile. So The question is, and it might just be that you can't do it, in which case we can probably find a different way of handling the loading indicator. But we basically probably need to have a look here. Okay. So I would bet that, so videos continue to animate, but the thing is we're trying to animate the width of an element, and I don't think that will work. We're not interested in how the animation is created. Like, the question is, can we exempt some DOM? It does seem difficult. Okay. Looking briefly into this, it seems like this might be a limitation of view transitions. Although there is a way to exempt individual elements from a transition, it doesn't seem like we can exempt loading indicator from the frozen period while the root resolves. It maybe can implement the loading indicator differently, such as by not by not animating it with a background size style property, or such that it is able to continue to animate whilst the view transition, whilst the DOM is frozen. Okay, I think that's a fair summary of where we are. The question is, are we in a position to do that in the next 8 minutes? Well, while we think about that, I'm going to comment and return to the test utils repo. And the issue here is, I think it's the type test. So we add import meta vtest here, and we add the types, and why is that not the case? So basically, the type test is failing right now in CI, because when we do test examples, it seems that at some point test types, I guess. vtest does not exist and type import meta. This seems fine. Why is that failing? No, wait, maybe it's not. No, it is type test. Why would that not succeed? I'm guessing somehow that this is to do with, well, let's do the full works. So we build our, what is it, pack? Daniel, good to see you and congratulations on the job. vtest full. We'll run our tests. Good, good, good. That's really weird. So this is this is working fine locally. Okay, so what is different? What has happened in this test suite? We have built the module, tested the types, we've run our unit tests, and now we've run test examples. I bet something about this is maybe it's running in parallel with other, or maybe it's the directory. That could be it. Or maybe it's some other type test is throwing an error. So maybe, is there any other one? And it works. Okay, let's just check. My dependency is fully up to date. I'm almost closing. You're absolutely right. Oh, svelte Pablo. Let's see. Let's just see if there's some dedupage that we can do. Like, what might be the issue here? Yeah, well, there are some packages you can get rid of. But I don't think that's really the issue, unless one of them is vtest somehow. And it doesn't really seem so. Yeah, no, this is view. This is very peculiar. I am just going to rerun this. So what have we done? I didn't run that. Okay, we could run dev prepare as well. Okay, we run the prepare, we pre-pack, we test the types after we've done that, we test the examples, right? Okay, that's the steps. Those are the steps. And if this just passes, I'm going to be flabbergasted, stunned, and otherwise come on, we're nearly there, I think. Last one, type test. I wonder if it's somehow got some cached whatever. I'm just going to rerun it. Oh, I should probably, incidentally, create a little stack blitz so other people could look into this if they wanted to before I disappear. So if I just create a new project with Nux3 and fire up no, I don't want to print anything. I want to go to code, Nuxt, playground, and then I want to just drag and drop some stuff in. So I'm going to drag and drop the pages and the config and app.view. There we go. Cool. I think this should be a helpful start if anyone wants to replicate this issue. Oh, sorry about that, Bobby. In case anyone wants to solve it, because hey, okay, what's going on? Ah, it still has a problem. Yeah, it could be. Could be. This is so tricky. Okay, could be node version. Let's see, what's the node version here? We have got setup node. We are enabling node 20. And here, what do we have? We also have 20. So not a node version difference. We're like enabling these tests. Could it be something to do with the module running or not running? So let's have a look at our tsconfig files. So basically I have this tsconfig, which it excludes the examples. That's great. So the tsconfig that should matter is the one that's generated here, which should okay, we're pushing this thing, which means that we should, in this file, have vtest import matter. Can't be resolved. That's why. Why can't it be resolved? It can't be resolved, maybe because of the wrong version of vtest? When was this supported for the first time? Or maybe it's to do with the bundler resolution. I bet that's it. Okay, so if I were to, for example, in this place, say, future TypeScript bundler resolution true. Just check, do we have that set anywhere else? Just try setting TypeScript bundler resolution. Let's just try cd examples vtest full, and then I'm going to need to go just check that works locally before pushing. It doesn't. Aha! Maybe that's what it is. Okay, so we have vtest as a dependency. Okay. Let's have a look at what node modules vtest package.json. Open that up. We have import meta, which is being resolved to import meta here. Oh. It should be in a module context. I'm not sure why that is. It shouldn't make any difference, but that's very interesting. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, it will be something along these lines. Right, I have to go because I am meeting up with a friend. But I will continue looking at this, and if anyone else has a chance, you're more than welcome to take a look at this particular PR. If you get something, find the solution. But I think it might be to do with module resolution. And if I actually just try that, I can disable, like force disable it. That might resolve it. That might be the kind of issue it is. Let's just see. Aha! Aha ha ha ha! Let's try removing that at this level. Or just setting it here. It should be set. Let's just check tsconfig. Oh, it's set to be bundler. Yes. Oh no, that's because I've just done it, I guess. I am so close. I am so close. It's true. Interesting. Why would this make any difference now? Is this because I made the change to the vtest file? This is an augment. That's the next augments. There's import meta here. I'm not convinced this will resolve it, but I do need to go. He'll be waiting for me, and I will catch up with everybody later. The one thing I will try and do is see if there is someone we can go raid for folk who are wanting to do it. And I do think Joshua Goldberg is around, so I think he might be quite fun to raid. And then I will disappear in a cloud of dust and small pebbles and see you all later. Okay, let's go.